Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a new Alolan Pokemon in the Open Ultra League, INCINEROAR. INCINEROAR is a Fire and Dark type Pokemon with the moveset of Snarl, Dark Pulse, and Flame Charge. I was extremely impressed with INCINEROAR in the Open Ultra League. I paired it up with Defense Deoxys and Trevenant to protect against fighters, and went on a 10-1 run with the team. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out INCINEROAR in action in the Open Ultra League. Hopping to the first match, leading INCINEROAR into Swampert. Absolutely terrible lead. I'm going to save switch into Defense Deoxys, which is immediately met with Jellicent. An absolute nightmare lead to start, as we're countered on the lead and on the swap. And since I'm running Rock Slide instead of Thunderbolt on my Defense Deoxys, I can only hit for neutral in this situation. One big difference about this matchup compared to in Great League is that XL Defense Deoxys tanks that Shadow Ball significantly better. So I'm not committing a shield here whatsoever. I'm just going to spam out these Rock Slides, do as much damage as possible, and they decide to throw to take me out. But they actually end up going for a Bubble Beam. I'm able to survive it, and I will be able to get off a last second Psycho Boost. This damage is important because I'm hoping that will put it into Snarl down range. Because as we know, this Jellicent can only hit me for super effective with Bubble Beam, which is a very low damage move. So my plan here is to Snarl all the way up to 100 energy and hopefully be able to Snarl all the way down. With a Swampert in play, honestly, the health on the INCINEROAR isn't particularly important. More so, I'm trying to get a bunch of energy. So we're going to tank yet another Bubble Beam there. We're farming up. We get to 100. We switch and we're able to snipe with Trevenant. We get ahead on energy. What is in the back? It is Talonflame. So we are triple countered. But Trevenant, we are going to be going for the bait, hoping we can grab the shield, and we do, and that is massive. I have to shield everything here, but now thanks to that bait, we're going to be able to outpace them, and we're going to be able to reach the second move, going straight for the Shadow Ball, hoping that it can connect. Shadow Ball able to land, Trevenant able to farm down, and now, despite being triple countered, it looks like we have this game in hand. We're going for the Seed Bomb to grab the shield, and then it's INCINEROAR time, because if you remember, we left with 100 energy on INCINEROAR, Dark Pulse number 1, going for Dark Pulse number 2. This is going to be nearly taking out the Swampert. If Swampert wants to win, they're going to have to farm down. They're not able to. INCINEROAR is a Swampert counter, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading INCINEROAR into Giratina. Great lead. Unfortunately, they are running Dragon Breath. Shadow Claw definitely would be preferred, but still a very nice matchup for INCINEROAR, as we're able to connect with that Dark Pulse, which does big damage. We can tank any one move, so I'm going to let that Dragon Claw through, keep farming up, and then the opponent switches and they bring in Registeel, and here is where the might of INCINEROAR happens. We are very low on HP, but lock-ons do basically no damage, and we're able to reach yet another Flame Charge. This Registeel may have thought they were getting an easy farm down, but that is not the case. INCINEROAR continuing to ramp up that damage. This next Flame Charge, if it lands, would KO Registeel. So we're going to be able to grab that second shield, or they're going to lose the Registeel altogether. Going for Flame Charge number 3. Does grab the final shield. We are getting low, but INCINEROAR should be able to reach the Flame Charge. I am going to commit the shield here to get to the Flame Charge. We shield the Focus Blast. Opponent makes a fantastic snipe, and they're able to take me out with Dragon Breath. That is unfortunate, but a very nice play by my opponent. But now, we're in a pretty decent spot. We're able to farm down with Tree, and Trevenant with energy is incredibly deadly, as they have Shadow Wall Rain in the back. You love to see it. I'm going to be going for the Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb able to land. I'm going to switch after 5, and we're able to catch the Icicle Spear onto Defense Deoxys. From here, we should be in a very nice spot. We have a move loaded on Defense Deoxys, and I'm just going to commit to the farm down. Their switch clock will be coming up here momentarily, so I'm just going to keep trying to farm down. It comes up, and then they bring back in the Registeel. I'm just going to go for this Rock Slide. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage, but all damage helps in this situation. Trying to go for the Psycho Boost, but we're just not able to get there. They go for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon barely does not KO, and we're going to be able to get off this Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost, I thought it took them out. It actually doesn't. I'm able to switch back into Trevenant, and from here, I believe the opponent may have just closed their app, but we have the move loaded. Trevenant is going to be able to take out the Wall Rain with the Seed Bomb, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, sitting Incineroar into XL Unova Stunfisk, an incredibly cool pick. Unfortunately, a terrible lead for Incineroar, so I'm going to farm up 3 Snarls, and then I'm going to bring in Defense Deoxys. Since I'm at a decent energy deficit, this is not a good matchup for Defense Deoxys, but if they decide to stay in, which it looks like they are, then that should hopefully free up the Incineroar to have a better matchup later in the match. So I don't want to debuff my attack just yet because the counters are adding up. So I will go for the Resisted Rock Slide. Doesn't do a whole lot, but all chip damage is good. And then I am going to be going for the back-to-back Psycho Boost. I do lose CMP. We tank any one move. They go for the discharge. That's totally fine. And now I'm going to try and get off these back-to-back Psycho Boosts. First one, but we lose CMP on the second one. And honestly, I'm not willing to commit a shield here. So I am going to let Defense Deoxys go down and now go for a very aggressive farm down against Trevenant. Part of why Trevenant is incredibly deadly is with an energy lead, it can flip a ton of matchups against Pokemon that are supposed to beat it. So now with this big energy lead, we'll see what they have in the back. They have a Wall Rain, and this is the perfect example as we are already at back-to-back Seed Bombs. They tanked the first, and this second one will be getting them quite low unless they decide to shield, but they actually decide to let it through. I'm going to farm up, switch, and catch the Icicle Spear onto Incineroar. And now, what do they have in the back? They have Talonflame in the back, and with 2 shields, it is Flame Charge time. They actually call the first a very nice read by my opponent, but unfortunately for them, they're going to have to start shielding these flame charges, and Incineroar is just going to keep ramping up that damage more and more and more, going for another flame charge. At this point, they have to start shielding them, which is never a position you want to be in as an opponent. I'm going to commit the final shield, but we have a ton of energy loaded. We are farming up, and we'll be able to get to the back-to-back, and we are just before they reach another move. I am going for Flame Charge number 1, able to grab the shield, and now we're going to be able to go for the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is going to be taking them out. Bring back in that Wall Rain. We just want to have a conversation. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Picking up a terrible lead in the next match, Incineroar into Shadow Swampert. We save switch into Defense Deoxys, and we are met with Trevenant. So an absolutely terrible start. We're going for the Psycho Boost. Unfortunately, Psycho Boost does not do a lot. Trevenant has a lot more bulk in the Ultra League than it does in the Great League. Going for Psycho Boost number 2, but they can tank that no problem. And at this point, my play is just a no shield and hope they mess up with a Seed Bomb, but they make the correct play. However, this is a golden opportunity for Incineroar to get a big farm. The goal is I'm going to sacrifice my health to get a big energy lead and then hope that that energy lead will be useful later on in the match. They go for the Shadow Ball. That is resisted. We tank it. And now I'm actually not going to throw on the Swampert. I'm going to save the energy, bring in Trevenant, and the final Pokemon is revealed to be Registeel. We do resist all of Registeel's charge moves, both Zap Cannon and Focus Blast. They're going to be going straight Zap Cannon in this matchup. It's only single resisted, and it has the guaranteed chance to lower my attack. So they shield the first so they can lower the attack, but if you remember, we have quite a bit of energy loaded on Incineroar that could be useful later in the game. We're able to land the Shadow Ball. From here, I do have to start shielding. So I will commit the shield and then overfarm quite a bit before I go for the Shadow Ball. We are farming up a ton, go for the Shadow Ball, but the opponent catches. They catch onto Swampert, and unfortunately, had I seen them swap, I would have not thrown the Shadow Ball. We're able to catch back, but I actually want this energy, so I'm going to commit the shield. We have 6 Snarls worth of energy loaded, going for the Flame Charge. Flame Charge grabs the shield, and here, I'm trying to go for a second Flame Charge. This will not KO, but the hope is to force them to throw energy. It gets them very low. It's a CMP tie. They're going to be taking us out, and from here, we can farm them down with Trevenant, and they do not have a move on Registeel. We're able to reach the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to be taking out the Registeel, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Incineroar into Scrafty, and this is the worst possible thing you can see with this team. I mentioned it was a 10-1 run. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. This is the loss. If you run into either Obstagoon or Scrafty, you're going to be in a lot of trouble with this team. They go for the foul play. Foul play does significant damage, and then they bring in Shadow Nidoqueen. I am able to reach a last-second Shadow Ball, and I just have to hope that they decide to let it through, but unfortunately, they commit the shield. My Incineroar doesn't really have a lot of play against the Scrafty, so I'm just going to bring it in, but an Earth Power would one-shot. So I decide to shield, and I get baited. Things are going from bad to worse in this match. I should have just let that through. Incineroar was not going to be the win con. I farm up as much as I can, and now I am going to be going for the Dark Pulse. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to boost myself, so it doesn't actually KO. We're able to get them low, but not quite low enough. I have to hope that 4 counters KO this Nidoqueen. If not, I'm going to be in trouble. Come on, Defense Deoxys. They do not. They live on 1 HP. They're going to be able to debuff my defense. We'll have to see what's in the back. It's a Skuntank, and at this point, I'm not going to win it, so I concede the match. Hopping to the next match, switching Incineroar into Melmetal. This is not a great lead, as we do get outpaced. So I'm going to farm up 3 Snarls, save switch into Defense Deoxys, and unfortunately, we are met with Giratina. At the very least, it's a Dragon Breath Giratina, which is a better matchup than if it was Shadow Claw, but still, definitely not ideal, as these counters are double resisted. I'm just going to spam out these Rock Slides, trying to do as much damage as possible, and honestly, the Rock Slides do add up onto Giratina. I tank a Shadow Sneak, no problem here, and then my hope is that they try and farm down, because if they try and farm down, I think I can make it to a Rock Slide and a Psycho Boost and grab a shield. And it looks like they are doing just that. Come on, Deoxys. Deoxys able to reach the Psycho Boost, and even in a type disadvantage matchup, we are going to be able to grab a shield. Unfortunately, this Giratina is absolutely loaded, but I'm going to try and commit to the farm down with Incineroar. I'm hoping that I won't have to commit a shield. That would be ideal, and I think they're not going to be able to reach another move. They go for the Dragon Claw, Incineroar, going for the farm down, but they live on 1 HP, and they're able to reach a move. I do commit the shield to preserve the energy, but then they bring back in Melmetal, and they're going to be able to grab that second shield. A fantastic play by my opponent to apply a ton of pressure onto that Incineroar. Now I'm going to bring in Trevenant, but I am down a shield, which makes this matchup not nearly as good. Going for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does get the shield, and with no shields left of my own, I just have to tank these Rock Slides. I will be able to survive Rock Slide number 2, but unfortunately, that is going to be getting me deep into the red health. They go for the Rock Slide, trying to reach the Shadow Ball, but I'm not able to get there. So now it's all up to Incineroar. Can Incineroar with 100 energy clutch versus whatever's in the back? We are going for the Flame Charge. Flame Charge takes them out. What do they have in the back? And it's a Venusaur. I think we can win. They go for the sack. They fail the sack. In my excitement, I click the wrong move, and for some reason, we're throwing a Dark Pulse. Big mistake by me, but because they failed the sack, we're going to be able to get off this Flame Charge. So even despite me clicking the wrong move, Incineroar able to sweep endgame, and that is a good game. Picking up a rough lead in the final match, Incineroar into Heracross. I save switch into Defense Deoxys, and the opponent is staying in. Them staying in does have me worried because Heracross can run Mega Horn as a surprise nuke move, so they very well could be running Close Combat and Mega Horn. So you know what? They stayed in, they farmed up a bunch of energy, I commit the shield. Nope, but they're running Rock Blast, so unfortunately my fears were unfounded and I wasted a shield. I go for the Psycho Boost lands, and at this point, I'm not shielding another Rock Blast, so I do let this through, but the Mad Lad is running Rock Blast Mega Horn, no close combat, and my Defense Deoxys gets absolutely deleted. I bring in Incineroar, but they have Waterfall Primarina in the back, so this opponent is going for maximum spice. Going for the Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb does huge damage, but it's not enough to KO, and Primarina is able to reach a move. I will commit the shield. It is the Moonblast, and unfortunately, I get the attack drop. That is not great. We have a ton of energy, but our attack has been lowered. We know they have the very low health Heracross, and the final Pokemon is revealed to be Empoleon. I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb. They do tank that Seed Bomb, no problem, but now I am going to be going for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball will do significant damage. I'm hoping it can land or grab the shield, and we do grab the shield. We're farming up, and they throw. They are not at 2 moves here, so the only thing I have to watch for is a potential catch. So we're going to farm up, watch for the catch. They go for the catch. In comes Heracross. We're able to fully farm them down. And on very low HP, Incineroar able to snarl down. We get to the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse taking out the Empoleon. And that is a good game. All in all, I was extremely impressed with Incineroar in the Open Ultra League. I would say it definitely exceeded my expectations, and even though it's definitely an off-meta pick, it felt like a pretty powerful off-meta pick at that. The quick energy generation of Snarl, Dark Pulse and Flame Charge have very nice coverage, and if you're able to ramp up those attacks with Flame Charge, it can output an incredible amount of damage. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.